Ab One, and this is another episode of Face to Face. You know, I'm always out here with the hottest creators, man. I'm here with Chino Cartel. You're the first, I think he's the first return guest. First return guest, man.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? New year, because I think the last one was 2019.
Yeah.
And the first one, he had said this, you said this to me when we came in.
Mm-hmm.
The first interview was in New York, and it was downpouring, well, raining. And today is raining too, but we are not in New York today. We are in Connecticut. You know what I'm saying? So first thing, just tell the people, like, give them a brief reintroduction real quick. Let them know about yourself real fast before we jump into everything else.
Of course. You already know it's your boy Chino Cartel in the making. We got Kink is So Greatness is out now on all digital platforms. You know what I'm saying? Got custom t-shirts here as well. I don't know if I'm like spin around. Got the barcode right there. So Greatness. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be wearing all this merch. I'm rocking my own merch like next year, all merch. I ain't wearing no one else's brand, nothing like that. I'm rocking my shit. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Can't Conceal Greatness is the name of the new project.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I remember the last interview we spoke about the other joints that you had that was like really doing well on Spotify.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So were there like any like new business endeavors since those? Because I know you was like performing. You actually had you performed you was at a showcase that night, right?
Yeah, the last time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was. I did have a showcase at that night.
Okay.
It went pretty well, you know what I'm saying? It was just like whatever. But it was good practice, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to like downplay the showcases. They, you know what I'm saying, taught me a lot how to perform and how to actually put on for a show, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to downplay them. It's all learning experience and it's part of the journey.
Word. You have any sort of any like business endeavors or anything come like
Of course.
since then?
Yes, like it's been kind of crazy. Like people won't probably believe me. Like Universal, I was able to get a meeting with them. And you know what I'm saying? Like how dedicated I was to like go and get that shit was just the act of God. Like I would be coming in there with my work clothes on from my goddamn other job. You know what I'm saying? I would literally walk in there because I used to work at WB Mason, so I would walk into the meeting with my shit on. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was like shit like that. Like shit, I got off work at that same time and I had a meeting. I'm like, yo, fuck it. I might as well just show face. Like, just go in there like, yo, this how I am.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. But they gave me a marketing deal. You know what I'm saying? So that shit was like pretty well decent, and they pretty much gave me a lot of knowledge, like going forward, like especially in those meetings, like pretty much how I'm supposed to be. Like it made me realize more about myself on how I want to like brand myself and be who I am. You know what I'm saying? Without, you know, falling under someone else's shadow. You know what I'm saying? Just be who me, like the best that I can be. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think that forced you to be more hands-on with like your image and everything like that?
Hell yeah, most definitely. Like it changed up like my whole entire persona. Like, yo, I'm from the South, so I'm like, man, I can't be over here having this clean cut like this. Like people want me to look assertive, clean cut, clean face. I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but I'm from the South. Like I'm gonna bring out my roots. I'm not gonna forget where I came from or who I am. I'm gonna always hold myself, you know, above water and always, you know, have respect for myself as well. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't let nobody change me. And the label, they didn't even try to change me at all. You know, they just gave me ideas, throwing this, that, and the third to run with this or try this. It was cool, you know what I'm saying? I listened to them. I'm always listening. But, you know, they really, you know, played a big major help in, like, getting everything started for me.
Has COVID like helped or hindered like your progress in terms of your brand?
COVID like really hindered a lot, bro. Like I had like literally I got accepted for this acting gig. It's called The Stew. It's supposed to be a web series. So I was playing a manager role by the name of Jay Clout. That's gonna be coming out in 2021.
Jay Clout?
Yeah, Jay
That's
Clout.
A fire name.
Like bro, I was like, yo, I ain't gonna hold you. This shit take fit. I was like, I like this. And then I had like 2 shows actually. I had one in Mansfield, Philadelphia. Me, my boy T Smooth, Spaz, Mag, Caleb came on that, touring, my man Shab. We was all supposed to go out there, you know, network, perform there. Then I had a show at SOB's, and it was crazy. It was my first time performing there, and my boy was like, yo, so how'd you get in there? I'm like, bro, I remember when I first went in there, and I went in there disguised. I didn't even come in there as an artist. I came in there as a nigga, as a cameraman, because I had my camera equipment. So I'm like, I want to see what the competition is in the city, like really, like what's really going on, you feel me? So I'm really premeditating on like what's really out here and what niggas are doing wrong, what I need to do better, like just really scouting, you know what I'm saying? So once that happened, I managed to actually get the show, but I had to cancel it. And I wanted to go there so bad. They still went on with the show, but I decided to cancel it because I'm not trying to put anybody, you know, lives at risk and be liable for that, you know, because this COVID thing is pretty serious, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so you like jam-packed it?
Yo, for real. Like the whole like the spot was still going on. I'm surprised. I'm like, yo, these people don't know it's a fucking virus. And I'm looking on the stories like, yo, they just don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I was like,
no social
damn,
distancing.
none. They were dancing in there, you know, getting light and shit, bro. They all bundled up together. You know, when people get light, they all like,
yeah,
you know, you got all like close up and shit. I'm like, nah, son. I said it's a good thing I did not go. I was like, nah.
I feel you. I feel you gotta stay safe. You definitely gotta stay safe out here. So now that you're in Connecticut, how do you feel like the COVID has helped in terms of like your artistry? You know what I'm saying?
Man, bro, it really opened up my eyes and made me more self-efficient in a way. So I used to do an internship at Plug Studios when I was working at WB Mason. So I would leave there and work like 5 hours or 6 hours at the internship after leaving that job. And being there with JR, shout out to him, my mentor, he taught me a lot, you know what I'm saying? And just being under his wing, watching him deal with artists, how they're supposed to sound, how a good recording is supposed to come out, it made me want to go ahead and like build my my own studio like in my room. I'm like, for one, it's cost sufficient. I'm pretty much in control of what I want to do. I don't rush my material. I'm not on no hourly time. I'm on my own time, so I don't gotta rush my music. As long as I'm writing and shit like that, I'm pretty good. I don't have to record every day like how people say I record 7 songs a day. I do this today. I'm like, if it's pre-written and it's in my notes, I'm fine. Like, I'll just come out when it's like whenever I'm feeling the need to go ahead and express it. You know.
That's the best. That's really the best way to go. And I feel like a lot of artists need to do that too.
Nah, they need to for real. Like, you want to save money? Like, how people like really be saving money? You laugh at a person who come in with some busted shoes, but you don't know what's in his damn pockets. Like,
yeah,
son is squeezing the hell out of his money. That's what makes a real man. A real man can hold his money. You know what I'm saying? That's like the real definition of a real man. If you can hold your money, not like spend that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Stop paying somebody to hit the record button and learn.
Right.
What goes behind all of that?
Niggas is lazy, bro. Nobody want to do it. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
And it's like surprising. I'm like, they be like, yo, my idols is Nipsey, my idols is Tupac, my idols is Biggie. I'm like, do you know what Nipsey was doing before he really got into it? I'm like, this nigga was already selling shirts. He was already recording himself and bouncing his stuff on his CD and going out to go and promote his stuff. So for him to go ahead and be doing that and go through the journey, bro, why not? Like, shit, that shit is fun. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have fun with what you're doing, whether it's music or anything else, you know? But a lot of people just do it just because they want to be known.
Yeah.
Like, how and what way do you want to be known? Like, years down the line, you know, your answer, years down the line throughout your family tree, you're going to have kids, they're going to have kids. They're going to be looking at everything that you were doing in way back time. So it's like, do you want to have a clean slate of everything you was doing, or you want to be known as person who just did this just to do it? Like, leave a legacy. That's my big thing I want to have, is a legacy.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel you on that. Yeah, that's a you brought up a good point too, because I feel like I encounter a lot of artists, as you guys know from these interviews, and you can tell when somebody's really, really about their craft and when somebody's trying to just rap because they want to look dope on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? They want to impress the women, you know what I'm saying? They want to have groupies, all that. Yeah. But they don't put no work in. I'm like, bro, 3 years you ain't got one single out? Like, what's going on? Nothing?
Exactly. What do they have to show for? Like, if like somebody was to come up to them, like literally like an A&R or someone who was like who could potentially sign you or get you through the door, do you have a whole catalog that you could show them of unreleased music? This whole project that I put out is 2 years old. Every song is on there is 2 years old. The only song that was very recent was Louis V, and that took me the longest to complete. That song was worked on for like a year and some change. I went through mad fucking engineers to try and get them to get this sound right, get that right. But I felt like throughout that whole entire time with me trying to get that song and being so frustrated with it, it was always meant for me to be behind the desk and do it my damn self. And that was just like, that was the only song I engineered myself throughout the whole project. Every other song was just engineered by someone else, you feel me? But at least I can say I engineered my own shit off of my goddamn project, at least one song, you know? But going into, you know, furthermore, you know, into the future and shit, I'm touching my shit, no one else's.
I was about to ask you that, like, do you see yourself working with somebody else to do an engineer?
Hell no.
What? So like, let's say you was in like Miami or something like that, and you was like, yo, I gotta go to the studio, I'm about to drop something right now. You would tell the engineer like, yo, I don't even need him?
Oh no, some real shit. Oh, I thought, my fault. I got the question confused. No, some real shit. I would just bring my shit with me. Like, I don't want to even like go into anybody else's studio for real, because it's like I gotta like to have like my own ambiance when I'm in my own, you know, my own arena. I gotta be in my own world. You know what I'm saying? when I'm recording. So it's like, shoot, I'm paying for studio time again. Like, I'm trying to save money, bro. Like, I ain't trying to do none of that. I'm like, I'll bring my shit with me. Like, look, all I need is a laptop and a mic, pop filter. You know what I'm saying? Secluded room, quiet. I'm good. Shit.
Word. Do you feel like the scene right in Connecticut as opposed to New York, like the hip hop scene, you feel like it's easier for you to navigate over here, or like a little more difficult?
That's a good question, yo. It's definitely easy.
Really? It's because it's not as saturated?
No, bro. It's like it's like New York is so advanced with technology, fashion, everything. Everything comes from New York. You know what I'm saying? So it's like me being over there was like, all right, I was so well advanced of learning from other people who were older than me and teaching me the game, and just going through everything in the city versus me going through here. Like, here is not too much going on. It's like people want to make music, but people overlook Danbury. Nobody would never even think to even come to Connecticut, you know what I'm saying?
Word.
Or Waterbury, or even Bridgeport. Like, those are just spots that just, you know, are lit because of the crime rate or whatever. For me to leave the city and come back over here, I say it was a fucking free market.
I was about to say that, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I'm ready to eat over here. Like, no bullshit. Like, I had my song playing in the gyms over here at Main Street. Then I went out, gave out my flyers to all these local businesses. They show love. A lot of people even remember me from years back when I was making music. So the fact that they even seen me was like, oh shit, nah, son is really on his grind. And you know, my shit looks presentable. Like, I make sure like my shit looks professional in a way that the audience will remember me, or anyone who encounters me will remember me. I'm gonna leave some type of mark on them. I don't know if that's hard. Like, it's kind of hard to explain. I guess my energy is gonna be left with them. You know,
I could definitely dig that, because as opposed to like New York, it's like, bruh. I mean, I get it. Hip hop is like a competitive genre, but just like you said, you go to somebody, yo, check out my music. Yo, 5 other dudes just gave me their CD. I ain't listening to all of y'all. You know what I'm saying?
They can
like,
still handing out CDs. Hell no.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, like don't sleep on that though. Know what I mean?
Can't though. You're right, but I'd rather have a USB though. Like not too many freaking cars got CDs no more. Like, they're starting to get rid of that shit. It's only a
my car don't even got a CD player in it. I'm a little upset because I'm like, yo, I'm still trying to listen to this old T.I. joint, yo.
A USB that you could put in there, a USB port.
True, you're right.
Yeah, you're locked in. Like, shit, get you a nice little logo on your USB. Make that shit nice, presentable, fancy. None of that shit you go to Walmart, you just get that USB. Like, no, I'm talking about actually go and get a nice fucking logo and put your shit on there. And make them remember you. Make them like, yo, and your music is good too. Because if you, I ain't gonna hold you. If you know your shit is good, you're gonna go beyond the means necessary to make sure like your product will stand out in the public's eye. You know what I'm saying?
From the first interview, I can already tell that you was moving towards the direction of you completely becoming I don't want to say a one-man band, but you was going to be very hands-on with your brand, as opposed to people like, nah, like, I got somebody to handle that. I got somebody to handle this. Like, I just want to get into the booth. And it's like...
I can. Like, somebody even told me that. It was like, oh, I want to manage you because you just supposed to just be creative. You're not supposed to be worried about your marketing or be worried about, like, the show or that. I'm like, wrong. I need to have hands-on everything. Fucking thing. People like Fat Joe that went to jail for taxes and shit because he relied on someone to take care of his shit, but they didn't. You know what I'm saying? He ended up doing time for that. You can't rely on no one for anything, bro. You gotta like really do your own shit.
Yeah, that's the way it needs to be. That's the way it needs to be, yo. What you watching on Netflix right now, bro?
Yo, Netflix, shit. I can't even watch. I don't watch TV like that.
Not just Netflix. Is there anything that you like really tap? Like when you're not doing music, what do you like really tap into? Like
I'll be looking at stocks and shit.
Oh, okay.
Really start getting into that.
Word. Bet. Especially now that everything's about to reopen, I feel like now's the time to really invest.
It's gonna be booming. I be telling people, I'm like, yo, get on this shit now while the iron's hot, cause I'm like, I wish I was on it when COVID happened. I try and wish that, yo, it's a good opportunity to get on. Everyone's dying. Like I should start reinvesting. Like I'm like, no, but invest in certain things that, you know, people need. Toilet paper, like shit, niggas would have made a killing off of that shit, bro.
Nobody thought, like Scott tissues.
Word too, hand sanitizer, like now niggas wanna wash their hands?
Yo, it's crazy, right? You gotta tell a grown person, cover your mouth and wash your hands.
Yo,
a grown person.
It's funny as hell.
It's wild. It's wild, man. We don't want to hold y'all up, man. This my man Chino Cartel right here. Can't conceal greatness, man. Make sure you go get that. See him? Scan the back of that shirt.
Exactly.
Scan the back of that shirt. You know what I'm saying? Let's add one. This is a face-to-face, man. We out of here.
Woo!
Word.